I'm Kristen, 28. Sitting on the balcony of my luxury suite, the gentle ocean breeze caresses my face as I sip on a glass of champagne. The sun is setting, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. My phone lies face down on the table beside me, and for the first time in what feels like forever, I'm at peace. But it wasn't always like this. It all started with a simple text message. I remember staring at my phone screen, the words searing into my eyes. Kristen, we had to make some tough cuts. Hope you understand. Love you. It was from my sister, Lily, 26. No phone call, no explanation. Just this cold, casual line that told me I was officially off her wedding guest list. I felt a sharp pain in my chest, a mix of disbelief and hurt. I mean, I wasn't some distant acquaintance. I was her sister. I'd been there for her through thick and thin. I helped her move 4 times, twice in the freezing winter. Once, she lost her job as a graphic designer, and I covered her rent for 3 whole months. She even borrowed money from me to buy a new laptop for work, and she never paid me back. I called my mom, Sarah, 52, a schoolteacher. Mom, I just got a text from Lily. She says I'm not on her wedding guest list. Is this a joke? I asked, my voice trembling. There was a long pause on the other end. Oh, honey, Mom sighed, her voice dragging out the words like I was a child throwing a tantrum. It's just a wedding. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just a wedding? I repeated, my stomach churning. I'm her sister. How can she not invite me? She had to keep the guest list small, Mom replied, a light chuckle in her voice. Small? I saw on Instagram she's inviting 180 people. I almost shouted. Well, you know how these things are. Weddings are expensive. Maybe she thought you wouldn't mind skipping this one, Mom said. Wouldn't mind. That phrase hit me like a punch in the gut. I'd always been there for Lily. After every bad breakup, I'd stay up with her until dawn, listening to her cry. And now, I wasn't even worth a seat at her special day. Stop being dramatic, Kristen. It's one day. You're overreacting, Mom added, her voice dripping with that dismissive tone she'd perfected over the years. I knew how this would play out. I'd push back, Mom would brush me off, and Lily would offer some half-hearted apology later. But not this time. Something inside me snapped. If they didn't think I was important enough to be at the wedding, then I wouldn't be there when they needed me later. I hung up the phone and set it on the table. The initial sting of rejection was quickly replaced by a sense of clarity. I opened my laptop and started scrolling through Caribbean resorts. The pictures were stunning. White sand beaches, turquoise waters, and private balconies with ocean views. I'd always thought a trip like this was too expensive, but now it was more than a vacation. It was a statement. I found a luxury resort with floor-to-ceiling windows, a private balcony, full spa access, and a personal butler. The price was steep, but after Lily's stunt, I didn't care. I clicked book now without a second thought. I even booked a first-class flight with a window seat and extra legroom and scheduled a massage for the day I arrived. The next day, I started packing my suitcase. I threw in breezy dresses, wide-brimmed hats, and enough swimsuits to last me a month. I tossed in a pair of heels, not because I'd need them, but because it felt indulgent. 2 days later, while Lily was finalizing seating charts, I was at the airport sipping an overpriced latte, boarding pass in hand. When my flight took off, I snapped a photo of my legs stretched out in the first-class seat, a glass of champagne in hand, and the skyline shrinking below. I captioned it, cut from the list, but still living large. The likes started pouring in. My cousin, Mia, 24, a college student, sent a laughing emoji. My college friend, Ava, texted, "Yes, Queen. Take that trip." Even my Aunt Carol, 50, a nurse, commented, "Good for you. Wish I was there." Somewhere between my second glass of champagne and the in-flight meal, my phone buzzed with a notification from Mom. "Where are you?" she asked. I smirked and ignored it. When I landed, a sleek black SUV was waiting for me. The driver handed me a chilled towel and a bottle of water as we drove along a coastline that looked like it was from a dream. The air smelled of salt and hibiscus. The resort was even more beautiful in person. Towering palm trees lined the lobby, and the ocean breeze blew straight through the open air design. My suite was perfect, with white linen sheets and a balcony overlooking the turquoise water. I stood there for a long time, just breathing it all in. The morning of Lily's wedding, I woke up to the sound of waves crashing against the shore. Sunlight poured through the glass doors, casting a golden glow across the king-sized bed. My phone, face down on the nightstand, was blissfully silent. I ordered room service before getting out of bed. Fluffy pancakes, tropical fruit, and a cup of coffee so smooth it was like liquid silk. I carried my breakfast to the balcony, my toes brushing against the warm wood. I stared out at the horizon, imagining the chaos back home. Lily barking orders at her bridesmaids, Mom fussing over centerpieces, and someone panicking because the caterer was late. The thought made my first sip of coffee taste even better. At 10 a.m., while Lily was probably getting her makeup done, I was stretched out on a sun lounger by the infinity pool, a martini in hand. I scrolled through my phone, not to read the vacation blogs, but to upload my own photo. Me, sunglasses on, hat tilted just right, with the ocean behind me. I captioned it, "Turns out I'm allergic to wedding drama." Within minutes, the comments started coming in. "You're glowing," said my friend, Tara. Mia texted again, "I want your life right now." An old coworker even chimed in, "Is there room in your suitcase?" Around noon, I wandered down to the beach. The sand was warm under my feet, and the water was crystal clear. I waded in just far enough for the waves to kiss my knees. Somewhere in the distance, a steel drum band was playing. I felt like the star of my own movie. When I finally checked my phone, there was another text from Mom. "Are you really missing your sister's wedding for this? You're being petty," she wrote. I took a photo of my view, the white sand, the turquoise water, and my cocktail in hand, and sent it back without a caption. Then I switched my phone to Do Not Disturb. By late afternoon, I booked a spa treatment, a hot, stone massage followed by a facial. As I lay there with my eyes closed, the only thing I felt was the soft pressure of the warm stones along my spine. I realized I didn't miss home at all. Just a few hours later, as I was pouring myself a glass of wine on the balcony, my phone started lighting up like a Christmas tree. At first, I thought it was just more comments on my post. But then I saw the names flashing across the screen. Mom Lily, my cousin Ethan, 22, a part-time barista, and even Uncle David, 55, a businessman. I picked up the phone. The first text was from Mom. "Call me. It's an emergency." I rolled my eyes. Everything was an emergency with her if things didn't go her way. 30 seconds later, another notification. Ethan texted, "You're not going to believe this. Call me now." Then Lily, "Where are you? I need you." I laughed out loud at the audacity. 2 weeks ago, I wasn't even relevant enough to be at her wedding, and now suddenly, I was vital. I ignored Lily's text. Then I opened Ethan's message. "The groom left," it said. I froze, blinking at the words. "What do you mean left?" I typed back. Full meltdown. Big fight during the reception. "He just walked out. Gone. No one knows where he is." Ethan replied instantly. I sat back, letting the information sink in. A tiny voice inside me whispered, "You shouldn't be enjoying this." But it was quickly drowned out by another voice saying, "Karma's a beach, and I'm on one." More messages poured in. Uncle David and my dad, Tom, 53, a mechanic, had gotten into a shouting match over family reputation. Grandma, Rose, 70, had cried so hard they had to sit her down in another room. The venue cut the bar early because guests were fighting. It sounded like a disaster. Lily texted again. "Please pick up. I need your help." I stared at the message for a long time. The old me, the one who always fixed things, would have called immediately. But that Kristen was on vacation. I snapped a picture of my wine glass against the backdrop of the sea at dusk, captioned it, "Busy enjoying my overreaction," and sent it. Then I turned my phone face down, grabbed my wine, and stepped onto the balcony. The next morning, I woke up to the soft sound of waves and the faint scent of hibiscus. My phone buzzed again. It was Mia. Okay, I know you're ignoring everyone, but you have to hear this.
Call me.
You're going to love it, her text read. I called her, and she picked up on the first ring. Oh my God, she said, breathless. Are you sitting down? I'm lying down in a luxury suite overlooking the ocean. I think I'm ready for whatever this is, I replied. All right, so you know the groom walked out, right? She asked. Yeah, Ethan told me, I said. Apparently, during the reception, Lily cornered him about something, and it turned into a huge screaming match. He just walked out without even taking his jacket, Mia said. Wow, that's poetic. I grinned. Oh, it gets better. After he left, your dad and Uncle David got into a full-on yelling match in the middle of the dance floor. Guests were recording it on their phones, Mia continued. I nearly choked on my coffee. Please tell me someone posted it. Not yet, but give it time. Then Aunt Carol started crying, and Grandma got pulled into it. She blamed the whole disaster on Lily for not inviting you. She said, if you treated your family better, you wouldn't be alone in your wedding dress right now, Mia said. I clapped a hand over my mouth, trying not to burst out laughing. That's beautiful. And then, your mom overheard Aunt Carol agreeing with Grandma, and they started fighting so loud the DJ turned the music down. Meanwhile, Lily's in the bridal suite throwing things at her bridesmaids. Mia said. This is unreal, I said, putting my coffee down to avoid spilling it. After all that, your mom actually tried to call the groom's mother to smooth things over. She just said, this is your problem now, and hung up, Mia added. I leaned back against the headboard, grinning so wide my cheeks hurt. You're telling me the same people who made sure I wasn't invited are now blaming me for not being there to save the day? Exactly, Mia laughed. They're saying if you'd been there, you would have talked him down or fixed everything like you always do. Mia, do you know what the best part of this is? I don't care, I said, taking a long sip of coffee. Mia burst out laughing. God, I love you for that. Seriously, Kristen, you did the right thing. Of course I did. They wanted a wedding without me. Now, they have a wedding disaster without me. Seems fair, I replied. Over the next few days, messages from the family kept slipping through, even though I'd blocked most of them. Unknown numbers would text things like, we need to fix this before it's too late, and your sister is devastated. Call your mother. Then Mia texted again, heads up. Your mom is trying to gather the family for a discussion when you get back. I laughed out loud, startling the woman in the lounger next to me. A family discussion was just an ambush to guilt me into fixing their mess. I texted back. Thanks for the warning. I won't be there. Mia replied almost instantly. Wait, what do you mean? I'm extending my trip, I typed. I could almost hear her gasp through the screen. That's iconic. Tell me everything when you get back. I grinned, closed the message, and opened my laptop. In less than 5 minutes, I canceled my return flight and extended my reservation by another week. The confirmation email popped up, and I felt a sense of freedom. As the sun sets on my last evening at the resort, I send one last message to Lily and Mom. Oh, so now you want me around? Sorry, I'm too busy enjoying my overreaction. Have fun cleaning up your own messes. I hit send, block them, and put my phone away. For years, I'd been the fixer, the one everyone called when things went wrong. But not anymore. I'm finally putting myself first, and I have zero regrets. The waves roll in, as if applauding my new-found freedom.